everybody, and welcome to another episode of Allegedly Credible. This is your girl, Lady Faye, this is your girl Danielle, aka Lady Faye.
This is your girl Mel, aka Mellow Supremo.
And as always, we're just two friends, and we're giving you our advice based on our life experiences and stuff that we're going through. And we always give you this disclaimer: our thoughts and views are constantly evolving. We are not experts, nor do we claim to be, and we won't always agree with each other, and that's totally okay. And we're hoping you guys take whatever advice you need, and whatever you don't want, you can throw it out or give it to somebody else. You're free to think however you want. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about cannabis aiding with insomnia. And if you guys do not know, I have serious insomnia issues, and I've never actually smoked weed before. I was never interested in doing weed at all, but someone had brought it to my attention to kind of look into it as a way to aid with my insomnia. So because of that, we have a guest on, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us about himself and what he does.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is John, and I run a Black-owned, Black-run cannabis company called Bomaye. We're the first company in the nation to approve you for a medical card in just 2 days. So right now, we work throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and we have a plan to expand throughout the country so that we can help people who need it most.
Awesome. Okay, and just so they let you know, where can we find you?
So our website is under construction, but it is www.bomaye, BOMAYE.org. And also our Instagram, Bomaye USA, and that is our Instagram handle.
Okay, so first we're going to be talking about I'm going to start by kind of giving you guys some statistics about insomnia. So according to the recoveryvillage.com, nearly 70 million Americans have a sleeping disorder. Insomnia is the most common sleeping disorder, with about 30% of adults experiencing short-term insomnia. About 10% of people have long-lasting insomnia. 1 in 4 Americans develop insomnia each year. And so my question is, for our panel here, does anybody suffer from insomnia or has ever suffered from insomnia? And if so, how often does it happen? I'm going to go first because I mentioned it before. I suffer from insomnia. It happens at least maybe once or twice a month, where I will go 3 to 4 days where I might only sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours within those days.
Wow.
Yeah, so sometimes I really struggle with it. What about you, Mel?
You know the girl can sleep. You know the girl can sleep when I have the chance. But I've experienced, I would probably say an onset version of insomnia because, Mel be making them babies. And I have to wait. When I had my first kid, I trained myself to wake up every 2 hours to make sure that they were okay. I mean, I was afraid that they were gonna be dead.
Oh my God.
I just checked to see if they were still breathing, and then I would change the diaper because I thought that you had to check it so that they didn't have a diaper rash or whatever. And now, they keep me up. They wake up at least once. Well, my youngest wakes up once a night around the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So my thing is interrupted sleep.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if you can really help that. What about you? I don't know. You can do anything about that.
I tried. Now I'm just ignoring them.
Right. What about you, John? Have you ever had any issues with insomnia or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So it was, people always say what comes first, the chicken or the egg. So I used to work at night because I couldn't sleep. So I said, well, instead of me having trouble sleeping at home, let me go try and make some money. But also it could have been that I had poor sleep because I was working. So Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
insomnia usually hits me when I'm not paying attention to my sleep or appetite,
Mhm.
So for me, if I'm not sleeping, I'm like, okay, John, what other areas of your life are being affected right now? You need to get it together.
Right. Oh, that's good because that.
Sleep is essential because that can mess up. If
Yeah,
you have a horrible night's sleep, you're gonna have a horrible day the next day.
Right, right. And
exactly.
I was looking at stuff that contributes to insomnia, and they say like your diet and lifestyle. So for a long time when I used to really be bad with my insomnia, surprisingly my insomnia has gotten better. But when I used to be really bad with my insomnia, I did not have a great diet. Like I was eating pretty much whatever was available to me, and it I realized like that was contributing to me not being able to sleep at night, or like me binge eating at night, or just like when you don't sleep enough you actually get hungrier. So
Yeah.
then like I started packing on pounds and stuff, and I'm like, why am I gaining all this weight? I'm an
That's what
active
you sounded
person.
like.
But like I'm an active person, but like I didn't realize like how much diet and lifestyle really affects like your ability to be able to sleep. So that's one thing. Another thing is screen time. We have
Yeah.
so much screen time now.
All
Like
this blue light everywhere, it'll
yeah.
literally cut off your melatonin.
Yeah, and it affects like your brain waves and stuff like that. So I think that's a factor in it as well. It's like if you're on the computer all day at work and then you come home and you're watching TV, and then when you go and lay in bed and
You're
then
on
you
the
have your
phone.
phone, it's just like all that interrupted time. And then like if you wake up if you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's a wrap because
Yeah.
you go to see what time it is. Next thing you know, you scrolling on Facebook, you
Yeah.
scrolling on Instagram, you scrolling. And it's like, God dang, it's
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock in the morning. It was just 12.
It was just 12.
Right. Exactly.
Here we are. So
Exactly.
it's crazy. And as we were just talking about, um like it's kind of like you said, like with the chicken or the egg, what comes first?
Yeah.
Because I noticed a lot of people who had like some anxiety issues and PTSD and like some depression issues,
And stress.
they tend to have a more difficult time sleeping. And the question is the sleep causing your depression? Your lack of sleep causing your depression?
Yeah.
Or is it the other way
Way
around?
around.
Like your depression is like
Causing you lack of sleep.
your lack of sleep. So it's like a kind of like a vicious cycle. So here we go. And it's just like, why is it so important for us to get sleep? And part of the reason why is because your body needs time to heal.
Yeah.
If you're not getting enough sleep, it's not helping your immune system. Like you're not giving your body a chance to rest your muscles or recover properly. So that's why you're getting sick all the time.
Right. Let's hear from the expert. What is your point into why is sleep so important?
Right.
So, sleep is essential to maintaining all functions of your body. So, going from your physical health with your immune system, with your bowel system, all of those things function as a result of sleep. Now, when you don't sleep, it puts stress on your body and causes what's called cortisol buildup, which is not healthy in large amounts.
You can't break
And
it
it
down.
actually, yeah, right. And you actually can't, you actually put yourself at risk for major events such as a heart attack because your body is in a constant state of working and it doesn't have time to rest. As far as for your mental health, and just generally, lack of sleep um, can affect the ability of medications to work. So if you're taking a med but not sleeping, it really affects your ability to get better on that medication. That goes for both physical health and mental health. So assuming that a person is on the mental health medication, if they don't sleep, the medication is kind of hindered from working because they're not sleeping with the medication. Now, in general, sleep and mental health go hand in hand because sleep is both a cause of depression and also an effect of depression. And, when you don't sleep, your appetite is usually affected. Usually, you don't have an appetite Like I said, the cortisol buildup, you're constantly in a state of stress, you're more likely to get anxiety attacks, etc. So there are a couple things to consider when saying, okay, my sleep is affected, but let me continue on doing, like, sleep comes first for sure.
Right. Okay, all right. So here's the next question. So this I'm gonna go kind of like around is like have you ever all right, let me do it this way. Have you ever tried any like over the counter medicines to help you sleep? And what did they really do for you?
Well, before you go into that, because when he said that the medications sometimes won't work if you're not sleeping, is that why they make some medications drowsy so that to ensure that it will work? Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it makes perfect sense. That's a really good question. So the medications that cause you to be sleepy are called sedatives, right?
Right.
So the sedatives are supposed to be taken at bedtime so that you can sleep through that effect and really start feeling some of the benefits of the medication. So let's say that you were prescribed X medicine and X medicine makes you sleepy. So the doctor might prescribe that at bedtime so that you sleep off that sleepiness side effect and so that you can get the effects of whatever the treatment is for. So if it's for depression and you're taking something like Prozac and the Prozac might make you sleepy, the doctor might say take the Prozac at night so that you sleep it off and then you start feeling better in the daytime. That's just an example. I'm not trying to say that was a realistic scenario, but that was just something I thought of.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good point. I mean, I guess that's what I was trying to ask. Like, if you take, like, when you're taking some of these medications, like the over counter, the medications that are supposed to be helping you sleep, like, why sometimes is it not aided, or it might help at first, but then all of a sudden it's just not like
Does your
it
body
just
get
stops
used to
working
it?
after a while.
You think? Like your
Right,
body gets
right.
used.
Yeah.
Exactly. So your body develops what's called a tolerance, which is exactly what you're referencing, that your body gets used to it. So when people take a medication, you got to think about this. The doctors are only as effective as you make them. So if you're not telling the doctor, like, hey, doc, this medication isn't working, or maybe it is working, but I don't like this side effect, the doctor can't change the medication for you.
Right.
So, I always encourage people to, one, go to your appointment, even if you're not feeling well. And two, instead of stopping the medication without the doctor's help, tell the doctor immediately and have them change it for you or help you taper off from that medication altogether.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
I never thought of it like that. So here's my next question. So if you're like more of a naturalist and you don't want to
Take
take
medication, pharmaceuticals.
pharmaceutical medications, what would be the benefit of starting to use like cannabis in sleeping, like as a sleep aid?
Herbal remedies.
Yeah.
So let me say this. I'm not against medications when they're needed.
Mm-hmm.
However, for the qualifying conditions that can help get you a card, I advocate for people to use medical marijuana instead of medications for those conditions. So I just
Okay.
like to make that very clear. The conditions are the ones that I think we can use medical marijuana for instead of pharmaceutical medications. Outside of those, I'm not saying that we should only be using medical marijuana because it depends on the person. Some people might respond good to that form of treatment. Some people might not. Some people might not need anything. They
Okay.
might need to just talk to a therapist one time and keep it moving.
Hmm.
Okay.
But as for me, medical marijuana has been a savior in my life. And from what I've heard from other people, for others too. When I am at a dispensary and I see people coming in wheelchairs and walking with canes, or if they have bald heads with no eyebrows, it really brings it full circle to me that I'm really trying to make a difference. So what I was hinting towards, when people have cancer and they're on chemo, or if they have MS, right, and they have a cane or a walker, or if they have something that we don't know about, like irritable bowel syndrome or anxiety. So I interact with so many people who have these things going on, and I'm like, without medical marijuana, you might have to take 6 medications, 2 of them to treat the symptoms, 4 of them to treat the side effects.
So, Matt, can you explain what are the benefits of marijuana? Because I didn't even think that, like, you know, that would even treat IBS, or like what other ways that you treat marijuana with?
Yeah, definitely. So inflammation and joint pain, anxiety, nausea, and vomiting. It can increase your appetite. There's research that suggests it kills or slows cancer cells. It can help with the tight muscles associated with multiple sclerosis or MS. And in people who have HIV or AIDS, it can help with their weight gain.
Are there any side effects? There we go. That's what I was trying to ask.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Are
yeah.
there any
yeah.
side effects to taking like marijuana or using cannabis?
Yes. So the risk of using cannabis. So I'm gonna just be transparent. My first experience, I had a hallucinogenic effect. So I thought that I saw people. So there's always that risk. I've heard that kind of first time users or light smokers experience this symptom. I'm pretty much a heavy smoker outside of work, and I don't experience that anymore, but I did the first time I smoked. That could have been caused by mixing with alcohol. That could have been just bad weed. So I don't really know, but I experienced that firsthand. So there's that risk. You know, sativa is more the upbeat, alert, focus, concentrating, heavy strain, whereas for the indica, it's more the sleepy time, relax, creativity, hungry strain. So
Wait,
when
they're
you
different
smoke,
strains?
Yeah.
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
two different. Yep. We give me a question about it. We can go into that.
Yeah. Let
But
me ask a question. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
but I just wanted to finish this thought and then we can go to that. So for if you smoke a lot of indica, right, and you're in a tough situation, meaning you don't like your circumstances, it can cause you to get more depressed.
Okay.
So let's say you're depressed about your situation in general. You don't like where you live, you don't like your mom, you don't like your dad, and then you keep smoking indica, that's just going to make you more and more depressed.
So it's a downer, or
Yeah, so it's a downer, right? So also there is, you know, when your eyes get red, you know how you watch movies and they be like, how you know you high, and you see your eyes. So there's that side effect. Increased appetite is a side effect, and sometimes dry mouth, depending on the person.
Okay. All right.
So I think those would be like the negative side effects.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Here's my next. I had 2 questions. I had 2 follow-up
Let's
questions.
go. Let's go.
So one question was, how can you tell if you get bad weed? Like how you know? That's
is it the high?
Like, how can you tell? And number 2 was like, so you said there are different types of weed. So which one would be better for I guess what you're trying to do? Like if you trying to aid in sleep, I guess you said the indica. Indica.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like I guess when should you take each? When should you take one? Like when should you take each one? Does that make sense?
What is the best time to take each strand, you're saying?
Yes. Like I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the appropriate time to take the strand?
Indica at bedtime, sativa in the morning.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then, like I said, how you get bad weed? Like, how you know if it's bad? You gotta sniff it. You gotta look at it. You gotta cut it.
So definitely. So one,
Corny.
so hold on. So right now we're talking about, I just want to be clear since this is recorded and it's going to be on multiple media platforms.
That's
We're
correct.
referencing dispensary weed right now. So
Yes.
we're
Yes.
Not
we're
on the
assuming
streets.
that right. So, at the dispensaries, I think the quality is right there. So if I were to get something and it had like seeds in there, or if it was already grinded up or ground up, or if it was wet, these are all things that could happen that I've heard of, but I don't think it's likely to happen at the dispensary because they
Okay.
do a lot of quality control.
Isn't wet weed like dangerous? Like, isn't that like
Well, not
dipped?
yeah. So I wasn't talking about wet, like the slang term of wet where it's dipped in
Okay.
embalming fluid.
Right.
I meant just like sticky.
R.I.P. Mac Miller. You don't know? Oh, you know what?
Wait, people dip weed in embalming fluid? Like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
Uh-huh.
learned something new today. I don't know nothing. Like when I tell y'all I don't know nothing about weed, I don't know anything. So when people suggest it to me, I'm like, what do I do with that? I didn't think about it. Like, I don't know. So that's why I'm
No,
asking questions.
That's
No.
why it's important not to do drugs.
No. No, I never thought about it. So that's why I'm asking. I don't know any of this. So when you said wet, like slang, there's a slang term for wet. Like I don't know nothing. I
Yeah.
was like looking at like, oh, there's physically wet weed. Like they drenched it in rain. Like what they doing? Like
Y'all gotta come out to some Black Cannabis events. I'm gonna invite y'all out.
Yeah, please. Fly us out.
It's amazing though. Y'all gonna really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean Mel knows more than I do. I don't know
Don't put me
nothing.
out there like that.
But Mel does know more than I do. I don't know nothing. Like I'm so crazy.
I
Like
keep
that's
it
wild.
secret.
So please, don't try to act all innocent now.
The
You
hip-hop
know you
police
had
is
your
watching.
you had your days. But like, okay, so here's the thing. So I'm not gonna say I haven't tried it before because what happened was
The edible.
I did have edibles twice. And the first time I felt nothing. I don't even remember if I slept well. Like
she went to sleep.
I went to sleep. That's what I did.
She
I
fell
went to
asleep
sleep
at her own birthday party.
I went to sleep. And that I think that helped because I actually was like able to go and lay down for a long period of time. And I woke up and I
That's
kind of felt
good.
refreshed. And then the second time, I really hadn't slept in a few days. Like I had an art show and I just came back from it.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy at the art show was like selling it, whatever, like these muffin things. And he's like, yeah, try it. And I'm also gonna say part of the reason why I've never tried it is I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the, and I learned I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the taste of it at all. So when he gave me this muffin, I was like, this tastes disgusting. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it because I really need to go to sleep. And it did knock me out. It knocked me out. I was out for the night. And actually, it shocked me because this was a funny story because I got a text from a guy that I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I thought I hallucinated this junk because I was like, yo, is this the effects of me being high? Like, I don't know. So I went back to sleep.
I'm telling you, like the text, he's been out of the picture for a minute.
And he texted me, I was like, oh, I'm hallucinating. I'm gonna go back to
This
sleep.
isn't real.
Then he called me, and then I was like, oh wait, this is real. Oh, I don't know if I'm high. And that whole day I was fine. I was giggly. I was laughing. I'm like, I don't know if I'm high or not because I've never had that experience before, so I wasn't sure.
And
But I
Danielle's
just know.
Danielle's very much a person that likes to be in control of all of her faculties.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I went to sleep after that. But other than that, like everybody's like, well, why don't you try it again? I'm like, I haven't because I don't, it's not something I ever really thought about. But I did have somebody recently who told me they had gotten a medical marijuana card. And from them doing that, they've been able to they use it for sleep. So they had suggested the same thing. So here we are trying to get more information on this, Joe.
Yeah.
So I know
it wouldn't like for me. This information would be better to pass on to people that I know who struggle. Like my husband, he doesn't sleep. And my grandmother, we were talking about the antidepressants helping sleeping, right? That's what you said.
Yes, they can help with sleep, depending on when you take them.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really curious on to help her out.
Yeah. And then like, okay, so we're gonna go about this. Like I had said like the different forms of cannabis, but what is like the difference between THC and CBD? Because I keep hearing about it and I hear about like CBD oils and stuff like that, but I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what the difference between THC and CBD is.
Okay, so THC is the psychoactive active ingredient in the marijuana plant, and it's associated with those feelings of the sativa or indica strains. And you know, there are multiple types, Girl Scout cookies, you know, the different names for the strains, but all of them are either sativa or indica.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
you were trying to say
Or a
Girl Scout
hybrid.
cookies contain THC. I was like, no way. Is that why people love them so much?
No. It's funny.
Okay.
CBD is psychoactive, it's just not the same. It doesn't
Okay.
give you that high, but it does help with anxiety, depression, and seizures.
Okay.
CBD is legal. THC is illegal outside of dispensaries.
Okay. So why so is that why the CBD you can find in stores? Is that
That's correct.
okay? So because it's legal, you can find that in stores and stuff like. And so now here's another question. This might sound stupid. Okay. So I see the oils, right, that you can put like on your skin, and then there's some that you can like ingest, or there's some that they put like in soap and all the other stuff. The ones that they put in soap, what does that do? Like, does it seep through your skin, or like what's the difference between ingesting it and just using it on your body?
When you use what's called a topical, it helps with localized treatment. So if you have a sore shoulder and you rub the CBD on your shoulder, it will help with that shoulder pain. When you take CBD and take it in a capsule, if you smoke it in the flower, you feel it more so throughout your body without getting that traditional marijuana high.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's good to know. So here we go. Now we're gonna ask this. What are the different ways you can ingest cannabis, and how long does it stay in your system for each one? Like each way you ingest it or take it.
So unfortunately, I can't give quotes for how long each form will stay in your body, or even how long marijuana in general will stay on your body, because it depends on a few factors. Depends on your age and weight. It depends on how often you smoke. It depends on whether you drink alcohol. Depends on if you're taking any other medications at the same time.
Okay.
So I can't really give you those, but I can answer the different ways to take cannabis, to consume it without smoking. So there's the flower, which you can smoke, which you can vape, which you can put in the bong, right? There are capsules. There are droppers where you can use the oil and put it into a dropper and put it under your tongue. Edibles. They have the topicals, like we talked about with the CBD products, where you can rub it on your different areas of your body. The vape cartridges, which have the oils, the live resin oil that you put into a little capsule, or not a capsule, but a vial, put it onto a battery, and then you vape it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is where we need your expertise for real, for real.
Let's go.
How exactly does one go about getting a marijuana card? Like, is there an age limit? Do you have to prove that you have an illness? Like, and is it different from every state?
Yeah, so definitely it depends on the state, but generally you have to be 21 years old
Mm-hmm.
to be considered even as a caregiver for someone in the program.
Okay.
So as long as you're 21, as long as you have a qualifying medical condition, which may include cancer, anxiety, HIV,
Mm.
irritable bowel syndrome, multiple sclerosis, PTSD, and any terminal illness in general. So you're 21, you have a qualifying condition, you come to Bomaye, you say, hey, Bomaye, I want my medical card in just 2 days. So I say, let me see your doctor's paperwork. I review it. I make sure you have a qualifying condition. So I'm a licensed social worker in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I'm qualified to make sure that the documentation is up to date and that the patient has a qualifying condition. So after that's reviewed by me, I send out consent forms and an invoice regardless of the state. This is a requirement of our program that we have medical documentation and that the person signs consent forms and completes the invoice. After those are taken care of, we get the patient scheduled with the doctor either the same day or the next day.
Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So I have a question though. So how do you have to go like to a specific doctor? Can you go to your primary care insurance, like care
Got provider.
provider? And like, how does insurance work with this? Like, can you, once you have a card, can like stuff your insurance pay for it? Or is that like a battle in and of itself?
Yeah, this is a good question. So, because marijuana is still illegal at the federal level,
Mm-hmm.
no insurance plan will cover any form of treatment related to marijuana. So
Okay.
that means you can't get it from your primary care doctor. That means that you can't get it from an urgent care center or any other type of specialist doctor unless they're registered in the state system as a cannabis prescribing doctor.
Okay. Okay.
So you have to be registered in the state. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
You have to be registered in the state to be qualified to give prescriptions for medical marijuana. So if you were to go to your primary care doctor, they couldn't do it because they may not be registered. If they are, then they could do it. I've heard that doctors might charge anywhere between 150 to 300.
Just to get the card.
Yeah, just to get the card. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Because I was gonna say, like, once you have the card, are you able to use it at any dispensary, or does it can only be used in New Jersey and Pennsylvania for if they got the card from you?
So New Jersey doesn't allow you to use your card in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania cards are not accepted in New Jersey. So it kind of depends on the state that you're in, on whether they have what's called reciprocity, where they recognize your card status as a patient.
Mm-hmm.
So if the state does recognize your card, you're open to discounts, you're open to getting served first in line, as well as any special deals they might have going on. So there still are benefits to getting your card, even if you live in a recreational state, or even if you think that you may not need it in your home state where it's only medical. So for New Jersey specifically, that's why I say that, because since New Jersey is about to go recreational.
Okay.
Okay, because I was about to ask, like, if you're a recreation, if it is a legal state, like, is a medical card still needed, especially if you can only use the medical card in that specific state? I was about to ask that, like, once this goes like public, would you still need a medical marijuana card?
you wouldn't need it, but the dispensaries are going to give incentives to having one.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's good to know. And then I guess my last, well, you kind of answered it because I asked you if it goes from state to state. You answered that already. So then I guess the next thing I would ask is, can you buy weed from like a specific, do you have to go to like a specific dispensary or specific dispensaries, or is it as long as it's in the state of New Jersey, you can go to any one?
Yeah, so for New Jersey's program at this time, you can go to any dispensary as long as you have a New Jersey medical card.
Okay. All right. All right. That's good to know, I guess. If so, anybody who's been looking to like, maybe get some aid in sleep or anything else, any other kind of medical issue, this is the person to check out. So we don't really have any, I don't know if I have any advice on this.
Well, it wouldn't be for us. It'd be
Yeah,
for,
I guess
what
so.
would be your advice? What are your 3 takeaways from this episode that you want people to remember?
Well, I was gonna wait, pause before you said that. 'Cause I was gonna say,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I necessarily have any advice other than, make sure you guys do your research
Yeah.
because I'm a researcher, and that's one thing that I always check out on. The other thing I would say is like, maybe talk to your your doctor, see what is going on. I say check with them first. I don't know if this is for me personally, I don't know if this is an option, but now that I've learned more on it and had some ideas on it, I think that's a good thing to check out. And yeah, I guess if you, that's the only advice I have really. But go ahead, John, and say your piece of what you were thinking, your top 3 takeaways that people should take from this episode that you want them to take away.
Definitely. So you come first, meaning that if you're not right, there's no way you can be there for other people. Number 2, medical marijuana is a form of treatment. It's not something that makes you bad, a drug user, evil, because there's so much propaganda associated with marijuana, and there's such a historical significance of it in America that it's so associated with people of color that we forget that there are other users who are using it medically, supposedly. Then my last point would be to just check us out. We're an up and coming organization. We're about to expand into all states of the US, and we're looking to help more people. We do have a referral program where we pay $25 a referral. You refer and we do the rest. And that's it.
Okay. Go ahead. Do you have anything you want to say, Mel?
My takeaway or something that I want people to remember, because I'm very holistic. I try to do as many natural remedies or herbal remedies before I go into the medication. I also try to prevent things from happening before I even have to depend on the medication. And I would say exhaust all your other uh opportunities and exhaust all your other resources before going into just jumping in like, oh, let me just pop a pill, because it could just be a simple change in your lifestyle, or like he said, like on the CBD or the medical marijuana can take the place off of 6 different pills that you might be taking. So be open-minded. Also, everything that we were taught isn't necessarily gonna be up to date. It's not the most recent research that has been provided. So maybe open up your scope of other things that could possibly help you in whatever issue you might be having, like whether it's high blood pressure or as simple as just getting more sleep. Just try to keep an open mind, and hopefully you get to your resolution, whatever that may be.
I just got one more question real quick. So you said for everybody that refer, like if you refer people to
She's trying to get
you,
this discount.
if they refer people to you, they get like how much? You said 25?
Yeah, so it's $25 a referral. You refer 3 people, you get a free medical card.
Oh,
what you say? Okay, so first of all, let me ask real quick. So people who listen to this episode and come through and ask like, hey, we heard Allegedly Credible came through.
Shout us,
and
yes.
We heard you on Allegedly Credible like to get a discount card from you. Do we get any
Do we get any perks with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
okay.
if you can send me a list of people who are coming our way and they confirm that you sent them, then we can definitely make that happen.
All right, guys. You'll have a job to do.
We got a job to do. We gonna make a discount. We're gonna make we're gonna like, I don't know.
We're gonna make sure we get this.
We gotta figure.
We need a code. We need a QR code or some type.
We gonna figure it out.
Yes.
We gonna figure it out. But anyway,
we're gonna
ask this one question to our viewers. It's gonna be a question for y'all. If y'all have if you've ever experienced using cannabis or anything in any type of medical way, please tell us how has it helped you out. And let us know in our comment section on our YouTube page, on our YouTube channel, and also let us know on our website at www.allegedlycredible.com if you are interested in getting a card and you check out John. Please tell them that we sent you. And then also you know, if you want to come through us, let us know, and we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up, okay? So definitely
don't stick around and just suffer. You know, there's a way out.
Yeah, we
go to John.
But like I said, let us know how you about the episode, what you think about the episode or anything like that. Always check us out at www.allegedlycredible.com, and you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Allegedly Credible, and TikTok
and YouTube.
And go ahead and make sure you click that like and subscribe button, share this episode with anybody who might be interested in this. And also you can follow me personally at Creative Lady Faye. That's where I put my art and my music. And you can also follow me at Lady Faye 212. That's my fitness and health journey. Go ahead with Mel.
You can follow me on Instagram under mellow_supremo.
And we want to give John one last time. Go ahead, let them know where they can find you again.
So our Instagram is Bomaye USA. That's BOMAYE USA. That's the only social media we have at this time. Like I said, we're working on our website. So we're looking to establish our online presence even more. We do have brand ambassadors. I like to talk about this opportunity because it's really valuable for our company, because we are only an extension of who can talk intelligently about our services, about our mission, etc. So our brand ambassadors, they receive weekly pay for their referrals. They still get paid the $25 a person. They get paid weekly pay. They get free merchandise, such as apparel, such as torches, rolling trays, etc. And also, it's just a steady source of income for you. You don't have to do anything, but just make sure that you follow up with us, and say, hey, I sent this person. So
yeah, I guess look at that. Look at that. We helping you out with 3 things today. We helping you learn how to take better care of yourself medically. We helping you get some cards out here, and we helping you get a job. Look at us. We helping you get a job. Okay,
covering all the bases.
Covering all the bases.
We will be gladly to take that position of being brand ambassadors.
I didn't say all that.
I would. I'll do it.
No. Literally, thank you so much, John, for being on here. Thank you for reaching out to us, and thank you so much for your expertise and your advice here. Okay, guys, we're gonna call it a day. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace out. See you next time.
See ya.